Observe the evaluation of their documents. Readers are not allowed to speak unless permitted by the TWG or the BAC for clarification of documents. All participants should accomplish the online attendance link found in the chat box. Please mute your microphone unless required to speak to avoid unnecessary noise. Please enable your webcam if required to speak and state your name and the company you're representing. We will now be sharing, ma'am, the project brief for this procurement project. Thank you po.
Thank you, back Secretariat. Thank you, Patrick. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second bidding for lots 1 and 3 of the supply and delivery of various printer toners and ribbons for the printing of the EDCVL and PCVL in connection to the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. Before we proceed to open the eligibility documents of our loan bidder, we would like to note the following information on the minutes of these proceedings so that our record for this project will be complete, especially upon the examination by the COA. Please note on the records of these proceedings that the authority to procure this project is included in the 2022 approved annual procurement plan of the COMELEC, and the funding source is the GAA 2022 budget. The end user unit is the allocation committee of the Bske EPMO. We are procuring 3,904 pieces of Brother TN 3428 toners at 4,200 pesos each, totaling to 16,396,800 pesos as the sub-ABC for the said brand. We are also procuring 590 pieces of HP 35A toners at 2,500 pesos each, totaling to 1,475,000 pesos as the sub-ABC for the said brand. The total ABC for lots 1 and 3 is 17,871,800 pesos. The PR number 22-08-2623 was received on August 25, 2022. The Back Secretariat also received a revised PR on September 21, 2022, serial number 22-08-2624. Please note on the record that we conducted the pre-procurement conference for the first bidding on August 30 at 10 a.m. via Microsoft Teams. We posted the invitation to bid for the first bidding on September 6 through the COMELEC and PhilJEP's websites, as well as through the back information bulletin boards at Palacio del Gobernador and FEMI building. We conducted the first pre-bid conference on September 13, 2022. We opened bids on October 5, 2022 via Microsoft Teams. However, for lots numbered 1 and 3, no bids were received. So we immediately conducted a mandatory review on October 18 online via Microsoft Teams. And during the said mandatory review, it surfaced that the problem why no one participated is because of the delivery schedule. We received a memo from the end user unit revising the delivery schedule on October 24, 2022. We went on to post the invitation to bid for the second bidding on October 26, 2022 through the PhilJEP's and COMELEC websites, as well as through the back information bulletin boards at the FEMI building and in Palacio del Gobernador. We conducted a pre-bid conference on November 3 at 10 a.m. via Microsoft Teams. We posted a supplemental bid bulletin on November 14, rescheduling the submission and opening of bids from November 15 to November 22, 2022. We also revised through the said bid bulletin schedule of requirements and the checklist of technical and financial documents. And also we responded to 4 queries or requests raised by prospective bidders. Please note that on November 21, 2022, we notified the following offices regarding the conduct of this bidding process. Director Esther Villaflor Rojas, the head of the Allocation Committee. Director City Maimona Tawagon, the Director 4 of the PMD or Procurement Management Department. Director Esmeralda Amora Ladra, the Director 4 of the Internal Audit Department. And we would like to greet good morning the Internal Audit Department representative who is present in today's bid opening conference. We also notified on November 21 the Honorable Juvie E. Onya, the Supervising Auditor of the Office of the Resident Auditor of COA in COMELEC. Ms. Evelyn Singson, the National Chairperson of the PPCRB. Lenta Executive Director, Attorney Rona Ancaritos. Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry Secretary General Mr. Ruben Pascual. And National Citizens Movement for Free Elections, Secretary General Mr. Eric Jude Alvea. There's only one company that purchased bidding documents, and that is Business Machines Corporation. And it submitted its bid proposal for lots numbered 1 and 3 on November 21 at 5:36 p.m. through Ms. Mylene Palalay. Any question? Hearing none, let us now proceed to the opening of the eligibility document of the loan bidder in today's bid opening conference. May I return the platform to the back secretariat and TWG to administer the opening of the eligibility documents.
Morning.
Good morning,
Considering
Attorney
that we
Bunsa.
only have one bidder, yes. Considering we only have one bidder for today's opening, the TWG shall be evaluating the eligibility and technical components of our loan bid in the main room with the
Yes, please proceed to open the eligibility documents in the main conference room, TWG, Attorney Bunsa.
yes, thank you, ma'am. So all TWG members present shall take part in the evaluation with Attorney Mark Nicole Malinaw as the presiding member. Secretariat may proceed with the opening of the first envelope.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, before we proceed po to the opening of bids, may I just update the attendance, ma'am? From
Please
the
proceed.
Thank you, ma'am. From the TWG, we have Miss Arlie Corpus, Miss Sue Ellen B, and Mr. Mama Sapunod A. Aguam Jr. Thank you, ma'am. Right now po, we are sharing po the Google Drive of the Back Secretariat. Appearing in the Google Drive is the bid submission of Business Machines Corporation. We'll now be opening the mother folder of Bismarck. At this juncture, may we request po Ms. Mylene Palalay to please type in the password for your mother folder. The password for the mother folder is Bismarck, all small letters, 1957 CWT. Bismarck, 1957 CWT. Password is correct. We are now extracting the mother folder. We're now opening the mother folder and we're now clicking the technical component and below. May we also request po Ms. Mylene Palalay to please type in the password for your technical component. Password is CWT1957. Password is correct. Sorry, we're now entering the password. We're checking now the password for the technical component. Password is correct. We're now extracting the technical component of Business Machines Corporation. Already extracted the documents of Bismarck, the technical component of Business Machines Corporation. We will download this and we'll send to the Bids and Awards Committee, the technical working group, the observers, and the end user unit. Thank you, ma'am. For the back secretariat, who will shall assist the TWG in evaluating the bid submission of Bismarck Business Machines Corporation. It is Mr. Senen Majus. Thank you, ma'am. We already sent. For the information of everyone po, we already sent po the documents po to the back, TWG, the observers, and the end user unit.
Good morning, everyone. We will be evaluating the bid submitted by Business Machine Corporation. May I request everyone who are not PWG to please mute your microphones. This being an online opening or evaluation of bids, it will be very hard for us to determine who is speaking. So anyway, flash on the screen is the Certificate of PhilJobs Registration Platinum Membership by Business Machines Corporation. So, Backsec, can we scroll down to the lower portion of the page? So, the certification is valid until 22 March 2023, and it was issued last 22 March 2022. Can we go to the lower portion of the page, Backsec? Thank you. So, this PhilJobs registration was amended as of November 10, 2022. Let us go to the Annex A. So attached to the PhilJobs registration are the following: the SEC certificate with SEC certificate number 12913, mayor's permit issued by Makati City and will expire on December 31, 2022. So it is still valid. The tax clearance, which will expire on March 15, 2023. Again, still valid. The audited financial statement, which was filed last November 9, 2022. I will be taking a photograph of the entries herein so that we can compare later in the entries for the bidder's NFCC should the bidder opt to submit the same. Backsec, let us go back to the checklist. Please remark that the certificate of PhilJobs registration is valid until March 22, 2023, and it was amended last November 10, 2022. While the Backsec is entering the remarks, I will now call for a vote. The document submitted by the bidder appears to be in order. I therefore vote that the bidder is compliant for checklist letter A. How about my colleagues?
Agree, Attorney Mark.
Yes, according same observation.
Thank you. Backsec, please remark the amended date and you may now place a check on letter A. It is November 10, 2022. So the bidder also, okay, please remark the amended date. Okay, let us go back to the checklist. So the bidder attached a copy of the actual documents attached to their PhilJobs registration. However, under the rules, this is not yet required at this point of the procurement process. This document shall be subjected to POSCO evaluation should the bidder be declared as the lowest calculated bid or the single calculated bidder. But for the benefit of the observers, Backsec, please flash these documents until we reach the Next, checklist. Thank you. Okay. Flashed on the screen is the statement of all ongoing sa title muna tayo, Bske. Okay. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. So let us go to the name of the contract, or name of client rather, side. So these are, they have one, commission and elections, two, so they have three ongoing contracts with us, the COMELEC, and then one with Land Bank Philippines as far as this page goes. Okay, next page, Bske. Then they also have, again, another land bank, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there are 15 government projects, and then 4 management, bureau. Oh no, so this is still government. Forest Management Bureau, yes. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, scroll down box set. Okay, next page. 26, 27. So these are still government, 26, 27, 28, 29. So they have 29 government, ongoing government projects. And then for private, they have 1, 2, Yokohama. Next page, no, okay. Let us go to the signature portion. So this statement is signed by Mylene Palalay. And then let us go back to the total value of outstanding contract. The total value of outstanding contract is 13,137,925 pesos. I will be taking a photograph of the entry so that we can compare later should the bidder opt to submit an NFCC. Bske, let us go to the checklist. So please remark that the bidder has 29 ongoing government projects and then 2 ongoing private projects, and that the value of outstanding contract is 13,137,925 pesos, and that this statement was signed by Ms. Mylene Palalay. Again, 29 government, 2 private, total value 13,137,925 pesos, and that this statement was signed by Ms. Mylene Palalay. While the Bske is entering the remarks, I will now call for a vote. The document submitted by the bidder appears to be in order. I therefore vote that the bidder is compliant for checklist letter B. How about my colleagues?
Agree, Attorney Mark.
Yes, Attorney, same.
Thank you. When you're done with the remarks, Bske, you may now place a check on letter B. Thank you. Okay, let us now go back to the document submitted by the bidder. Okay. Flash on the screen is the statement of single largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid. So this is for lot number 1. Okay, but before we examine the entries in Bske, let us first check our definition of similar contract as appearing in ITB clause 5.3 of the bidding documents. So flash on the screen is ITB clause 5.3. I will read. For this purpose, contract similar to the project shall be letter A for lot number 1 and 3, contracts involving supply, delivery, distribution, or manufacture of printer toners and or ribbons. B, completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. So let us go back to the document submitted by the bidder. So the name of the client is us, again, the Commission on Election. On the second column, the name of the contract is supply and delivery of printer toner cartridges for replenishment of stock for first quarter FY 2020. And then the date of the contract is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September 30, 2020. So within the 5-year supply and delivery of printer toners, cartridges, replenishment of stock of first quarter FY 2020. And then the amount of contract is 23,130,800 pesos. That is bigger than the ABC. The date of delivery is November 26, 2020 and January 18, 2021. So the bidder attach a CR and then a sales invoice. So in the last column, as you can see, what is only required is an end user acceptance, ORs, and sales invoice. So the CR is not among those documents accepted for as a proof of the SLCC. However, the bidder has already attached we note that the bidder has also attached a sales invoice. Bske, can we scroll down to the signature portion? So again, this document is signed by Ms. Mylene Palalay. So let us now go to the attached documents. Bske. So flash on the screen. This is the this is a certificate of acceptance. And the supply delivery and owners in total amount of incompleted is so this was not mentioned in the last column. So next document, Bske. The notice of award. This document is not yet required at this point of the procurement process. Next, the same, not yet required. Not among those stated in the last column. Anyway, so flash on the screen is our sales invoices. So for one of the sales invoice, it's supposed to contain sales invoice number 0077048. Okay. For 0077048, it should be dated November 25, 2020. Where is the date? Okay, it is the same as appearing in the last column. And then let us check the second sales invoice. For the second sales invoice, it's supposed to contain sales invoice number 0077626, 0077626. Okay, the same. It's supposed to be dated January 15, 2021. January 15, 2021. Okay, the same. Next document, Bske. So flash on the screen is a collection receipt. Again, not among the documents required at this point of the procurement process or in the last column of the SLCC statement. Also, the contract is not among the documents required at this point of the procurement process. This may be subject to POSCO evaluation should the bidder be declared as lowest, a single calculated bidder. Bske, can we go back to the checklist? Please remark that the bidder attached certificate of acceptance, notice of award, or NOAA, NTP, SI, and CR. And that the statement of SLCC was signed by Mylene Palalay. Also contract, they also attached contract. Just a list of the attachment, Bske. No need to. Okay, the document submitted by the bidder appears to be in order. I therefore vote that the bidder is compliant for checklist letter C. How about my colleagues?
Agree,
Yes,
Attorney
Attorney.
Mark.
Thank you. When you're done with the remarks, Bske, please place a check on letter C. Flash on the screen is the bid securing declaration submitted by the bidder. I will be reading our form as appearing in the bidding documents, while the Bske and my colleagues in the TWG will check if all of the provisions are present and correct. Anyway, this bid securing declaration appears to be for lot 1. I will now read. Bske, can we scroll up a little bit? 2. Insert name and address of the procuring entity. I, we, the undersigned, declare that. Number 1, I, we understand that according to your bid conditions, bids must be supported by a bid security, which may be in the form of a bid securing declaration. Number 2, I, we accept that A, I, we will be automatically disqualified from bidding for any procurement contract with any procuring entity for a period of 2 years upon receipt of your blacklisting order. And B, I, we will we will pay the applicable fine provided under Section 6 of the Guidelines on the Use of Bid Securing Declaration within 15 days from receipt of the written demand by the procuring entity for the commission of acts resulting to the enforcement of the bid securing declaration under Sections 23.1b, 34.2, 40.1, and 69.1, except 69.1f of the IRR of RA number 9184, without prejudice to other legal actions the government may undertake. Number 3, we understand that this bid securing declaration shall cease to be valid on the following circumstances. Letter A, upon expiration of the bid validity period or any extension thereof pursuant to your request. B, we are declared ineligible or post-disqualified upon receipt of your notice to such effect. And 1, we failed to timely file a request for reconsideration. Or 2, we filed a waiver to avail of said right. And C, we are declared the bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid, and we have furnished the performance security and signed the contract. Okay, we note that there is a signature appearing in this page. And then the next page, it is executed by Ms. Mylene L. Palalay, and it is notarized. So, Bske, let us go to the checklist. Please remark that the bidder submitted notarized bid securing declaration executed by Ms. Mylene L. Palalay. Hearing no corrections from my colleagues, I will now call for a vote. The document submitted by the bidder appears to be in order. I therefore vote that the bidder is compliant for checklist letter D. How about my colleagues?
Agree,
Yes,
Attorney Mark.
Attorney.
Thank you. Bske, you may place a check on letter D. Okay. Next is the technical requirements. So for section 6, flash on the screen is the schedule of requirements as revised. So I will be reading our form as appearing in the bid bulletin, while the Bske as well as my colleagues in the TWG will check if all of the provisions are present and correct. And since the bidder is only bidding for lot number 1, right? Lot number 1, we are only concerned with the entries under lot number 1. So for lot number 1, it is brother TN 3428 toners, quantity 3,904 pieces. Delivery schedule, first delivery, 1,100 pieces, 20 calendar days upon receipt of notice to proceed. Second delivery, 1,100 pieces, 30 calendar days upon receipt of notice to proceed. Third delivery, 1,704 pieces, 40 calendar days upon receipt of notice to proceed. Delivery site, designated Comelec warehouse. Let us see who signed. Again, this document is signed by Ms. Mylene L. Palalay. Let us go to technical specification. So flash on the screen is the technical specifications submitted by the bidder. I will be reading our form as appearing in the bidding documents, particularly for entries in the lot number 1. While the Bske as well as my colleagues in the TWG will check if all of the provisions are present, correct, and complied. Lot number 1, 3,904 pieces, brother TN, 3428 toner. 1, fresh stock. Complied. 2, genuine and authentic.
Comply.
3, minimum of 1 year manufacture date upon delivery.
Comply.
Let us go to the next page, Bske. For each lot being bid, submit, okay. For each lot being bid, submit the following requirements for evaluation and testing purposes as part of post-qualification requirements, which must be submitted within 5 calendar days from receipt of bidder of notice from the BAC that it submitted the single lowest calculated bid SL to the bidder. If not issued by the manufacturer to the bidder must also submit the certification document linking the bidder to the manufacturer, e.g. manufacturer certification issued to the distributor and distributor's certification issued to the bidder. Number 3, brochure or internet download technical data sheet and or equivalent document of the item being offered shown compliance with the technical specification. If not in English, please refer to clause 10.3 of the instruction to bidders. 4, manufacturer certification that the toners ribbons to be delivered are original and authentic. Note for other post-qualification requirements, please refer to clause 20.2 section 3 bid data sheet of the bidding documents. Again, these are
Comply.
compliant.
Comply.
And it is signed by Ms. Mylene Palalay. Bske, let us go back to the checklist. So please remark that both section 6 and section 7 are signed by Ms. Mylene Palalay. I will now call for a vote. The document submitted by the bidder appears to be in order. I therefore vote that the bidder is compliant for checklist letter E-1 and E-2. How about my colleagues?
Yes, attorney, comply.
Agree, attorney.
Okay, Bske, you may now place a check on E-1 and E-2. Okay, let us now go back to the document submitted by the bidder. Flashed on the screen is the omnibus sworn statement submitted by the bidder. This OSS, again, we note this is for lot number 1. I will be reading our form as appearing in the bidding documents, while the Bske as well as my colleagues in the TWG will check if all of the provisions are present and correct. I, name of applicant of legal age, civil status, nationality, and residing at address of applicant, after having been duly sworn in accordance with law, do hereby depose and state that. Number 1, I am the duly authorized and designated representative of name of bidder with office address at address of bidder. Number 2, I am granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate, submit the bid, and to sign and execute the ensuing contract for name of the project, for the name of the procuring entity as shown in the attached state title of the document, which is a notarized secretary certificate. Number 3, name of bidder is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporation, or local government units, foreign government, foreign or international financing institution whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the Government Procurement Policy Board by itself or by relation, membership, association, affiliation, or controlling interest with another blacklisted person or entity as defined and provided for in the Uniform Guidelines on Blacklisting. Number 4, each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirements is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided therein are true and correct. Number 5, name of bidder is authorizing the head of procuring entity or its duly authorized representatives to verify all the documents submitted. Number 6, none of the officers, directors, and controlling stockholders of bidder is related to the head of procuring entity, members of the Bids and Awards Committee, BAC, the Technical Working Group, and the BAC Secretariat, the head of the Project Management Office, or the end user unit and the project consultant by consanguinity or affinity up to the 3rd civil degree. Number 7, name of bidder complies with existing labor laws and standards. And number 8, name of bidder is aware of and has undertaken the responsibilities as a bidder in compliance with the Philippine bidding documents, which includes letter A, carefully examining all the bidding documents, B, acknowledging all conditions, local or otherwise, affecting the implementation of the contract, C, making an estimate of the facilities available and needed for the contract to be bid, if any, D, inquiring or securing supplemental or bid bulletins issued for the name of the project. 9, name of bidder did not give or pay directly or indirectly any commission amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official personnel or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity. 10, in case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability for swindling, stapa, or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under the obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines pursuant to Article 315 of Act Number 3815 Series of 1930 as amended for the revised penal code. So this document is executed by Mylene L. Palalay, and then it is also notarized. Let us go to the attached document. So flash on the screen is a secretary's certificate authority of signatory. It is executed by Bibiana C. Lahato, the corporate secretary of Bismack. So in the resolved part, their duly authorized representatives are Mylene L. Palalay and Allen Joyce P. Abara. The signatures of Ms. Palalay and Miss Abara is also present in this in the column for the signature and initials. In the subsequent paragraph, it states that they are the representative for this specific procurement process. This scroll down further back, Sec. We also note that this secretary certificate is notarized. So backsec, let us go back to the checklist. Please remark that the bidder executed, submitted an OSS executed by Mylene L. Palalay. Notarized OSS executed by Mylene L. Palalay. And then they attach a notarized secretary certificate executed by Bibiana C. Lahato. and that their authorized representatives are Mylene L. Palalay and Allen Joyce P. Abara. Anyway, while the Bske is entering the remarks and hearing no corrections from my colleagues, I will now call for a vote. The document submitted by the bidder appears to be in order. I therefore vote that the bidder is compliant for checklist letter F. How about my colleagues?
Agree, Attorney
Yes,
Mark.
Attorney Comply.
Thank you. Okay, let us go back to the checklist. Flash on the screen is a document. So this must be the bidders AFS. Next page, Bske. Yes, this is the audited financial statement. This document is not anymore required at this point of the procurement process. This shall be subject to post-quo evaluation should the bidder be declared as the lowest, as the single calculated bidder. But for the benefit of the observers, Bske, scroll this document until we reach to the next document. So flash on the screen is the net financial contracting capacity submitted by the bidder. In the first part of the NFCC, the bidder expressed that it's only bidding for lot number 1. Bske, let us go to the computation part. Okay, but before we compute the entry, the NFCC of the bidder, let us first compare the entries herein as compared to the ones appearing in the PhilJeff's registration, which we took photograph earlier, and in their statement of all ongoing contracts. So for current asset, it's supposed to be 104,676,446 pesos. Okay, the same. For current liabilities, it's supposed to have 70,900,842.
Same.
Okay, the same. For value of outstanding contract, it's supposed to have 13,137,925. Okay, the same.
Same.
Thank you. Bske, please show us the computation. The FCC is 493,496,135 pesos. So it is the same, and it is also larger than our ABC. The statement is signed by Ms. Mylene Palalay. Bske, let us go back to the checklist. Please remark that the NFCC is 493,496,135 pesos, and that the NFCC statement was signed by Ms. Mylene Palalay. While the Bske is entering the remarks, I will now call for a vote. The document submitted by the bidder appears to be in order. I therefore vote that the bidder is compliant for checklist letter G. How about my colleagues?
Yes, Attorney.
Thank you. Bske, you may now place a check on letter G. So there are still documents, so let us check. So the bidder has expressed that it is not in joint venture agreement with any other entity. And then they attach the, they also are not claiming preference as a domestic bidder. So they also attach manufacturer certifications. Again, this document is not yet required at this point. This shall be subjected to POSCO evaluation should the bidder be declared as the single calculated bidder. For the benefit of the observers, Bske scroll these documents. So again, the brochure not yet required. Scroll Bske. Okay, this is now the last page. Thank you. Bske, can we flash the checklist? Please remark not applicable for Class B documents and other documents or other documentary requirements. Thank you. Can we review our findings? Okay. Let us go to the topmost portion of the checklist. Okay, I will now call for a vote. It appears that the bidder has submitted complete and sufficient documents, either for both that the bidder is eligible to bid. How about my colleagues in the TWG?
Yes,
Agree,
attorney,
Attorney Mark.
eligible.
Eligible po.
Thank you. Backsec, you may now place a check on eligible. I return the floor to the TWG and the back secretary.
Thank you, Attorney Mike, and all TWG members. Madam Chair, the TWG is ready to formally submit its findings.
No need to be in a separate back room, attorney.
No need, Madam Chair.
Please proceed, attorney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. After a thorough evaluation of the eligibility and technical documents submitted by our loan bidder, the TWG finds our loan bidder, Business Machine Corporation, as eligible for complying with all our requirements set forth in Section 8 of our documents. That's all,
Thank you,
Madam Chair.
attorney. Thank you, Attorney Bunsa. I'd like to hear the votes, the individual votes of my colleagues in the back, starting from Director Fernan Besinio, please.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning po. I concur with the report of the TWG, finding Business Machine Corporation to be eligible for this project. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Director Besinio. Director Doma, please.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. I likewise concur, ma'am, with the findings of the TWG that Business Machines Corporation is eligible to bid for this project. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Director Doma. Vice Chair Abad, please.
Thank you, ma'am. After also going through the documents submitted by our loan bidder, I agree with the findings of our TWG in declaring Business Machine Corporation to be eligible to bid for Lot 1.
1 and 3.
I believe, ma'am, that they are only bidding for Lot 1.
Backsec. Backsec.
Ma'am,
Is it a failure again for Lot 3?
ma'am, upon checking, ma'am, yes, yesterday po kasi they just, sa order of payment, they indicated that they are bidding for Lot 1 and 3. But for their submission, they're only bidding for Lot 1, ma'am.
Have
So
we confirmed this with Ms. Palalay already?
Not yet, ma'am.
Can we
But-
confirm that this from Ms. Palalay?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Palalay, may we just confirm that you are only bidding for lot number 1 po?
Good morning po. Yes po, Madam Chair. I think po we returned to the PMD po yesterday to countersign po our official receipt that we are only bidding for lot 1 po.
So, yeah, thank you, Ms. Palalay.
May po 2025.
Bske, it is a failure for lot 3 again.
Yes, ma'am. Opo.
Let us immediately segue to a mandatory review regarding lot 3, okay?
Yes po, ma'am.
May oras pa naman. I agree with the votes of my colleagues in the back, finding the loan bidder Business Machines Corporation to be eligible. Any question? There are no questions. I don't hear any question. Let us immediately proceed to open the financial proposal of Bismarck for lot 1.
Thank you, ma'am. We are now sharing again the Google Drive of the back secretariat. May we request po, Ms. Maylene Palalay, to please type in your password to your financial component. The password for the financial component is Bismarck 1957 CWT.
My apology po. Sorry po. The last one I sent po is the password for the financial. Thank you
Okay, ma'am.
po.
Thank you po. It's the revised password is 1957 CWT. Password is correct. We're now extracting the financial component.
For HP 35A toners.
Madam Chair, good morning po. The reason po is we cannot get po certificate from HP because they already have their supported po. And also po, the ABC po, we cannot comply with the ABC and the delivery schedule as well. Thank you po.
Thank you, Ms. Palalay. We take note of that. When you say they have their supported, ang ibig nyo sabihin, they are supporting another distributor po?
Yes po. I mean the tier 1 po. Kasi there is tier 1, tier 2 po, and then the rest po are same pricing.
Noted, Ms. Palalay. Thank you. Please read for the record the abstract of bids, Patrick, whenever you are ready.
Thank you, ma'am. Abstract of bids as calculated for the supply and delivery of various printer toners for the printing of Election Day Computerized Voters List, EDCBL, and Posted Computerized Voters List, PCBL, in connection with the Barangay Sangguniang Kabataan elections, second bidding. For lot number 1, Brother TN 3428 toners, with a total ABC of 16,396,800 pesos, the unit price of 4,200 pesos per unit, for a total number of quantity of 3,904 pieces. The bid of Business Machines Corporation is 16,084,480 pesos, or 4,120 pesos per unit. For HP 358 toners, we have no bidders for this particular lot. The bidder with a single calculated bid for Brother TN 3428 toners is that of Business Machines Corporation, with a total bid of 16,084,480 pesos. That's all, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you, Patrick. On behalf of my colleagues in the back, kindly affix our signatures, our e-signatures on the bid abstract, and kindly route the same, the original, the hard copy of the said bid abstract for our original signatures. Thank you. Any more matter, Bske? Any announcements?
Yes, Nina.
Any question from anyone? Sige, Patrick, please proceed.
For the announcements, post-qualification for the single calculated bid shall commence immediately. Members of the back and staff personnel, Secretariat and the DWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communications with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of notice of award pursuant to Section 32.1 of the updated 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Questions regarding the decisions of the back may be made by filing a request for reconsideration within 3 calendar days upon receipt of the written notice or upon verbal notification from the back. The back shall decide on the request for reconsideration within 7 calendar days from the receipt thereof, in accordance with Section 55.1 of the updated 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Please address your motion for reconsideration through our back chairperson, Attorney Helen G. Aguila Flores, through the back secretariat office here at PEMI building, or you can just email that on the designated email of the back secretariat. Upcoming procurement activities, ma'am. Later po, may private conference po tayo for the supply and delivery of plastic acetate for the 2023 Bske. And on Thursday, private conference for the provision of special courier services for the CY 2023. And pre-procurement conferences on Friday for procurement of various vehicles, SUV and passenger vans, and network-related equipment and workstation upgrade for the data center. That's all, ma'am. Thank you po.
Salamat, Patrick. Any question? If there are no questions and further announcements, updating of attendances, wala, Patrick?
For the attendance, ma'am, from our end user unit, we have Ms. Vilma Villegas. From our observer from Lente, Ms. Donna Macaraeg. And from the TWG, Attorney Winston Gapo. That's all for the attendance update. Thank you po.
Thank you. There being no further questions and announcements, we would like first to request everyone to stay, except for the bidders, for our mandatory review for Lot 3 after the adjournment of this conference. Thank you everyone for participating. We are looking forward to be able to finally award to the loan bidder the provision of these badly needed toners for the printing of the EDCVL and PCVL. In the meantime, we need to find out how we could be able to procure the HP toners in the next mandatory review to follow immediately after adjournment. Thank you, everyone. Conference is adjourned.
Thank you po, Madam Chair. Thank you to all of you po.
Maraming
God bless
salamat.
po.
Pacsec, kindly inform us if we can already call to order the mandatory review.
Yes, ma'am. We will check lang po yung attendance mo. Ay, yung nasa conference po. Okay. Ma'am, we can proceed na po with the mandatory review, ma'am. Thank you.